All right, people. You know who it is? It's your boy, Cooking with I. Yeah, you know, baby. So today, I know it's what, December 10th? Yeah, we still got turkey. Still got 2 full turkeys. So what I'm going to do, I made one of these. I'm gonna make another one from the previous turkey because my son ate it up like it was crazy. I'm calling it. It's gonna be turkey back something. Turkey back soup. It's gonna be some kind of comfort food. And the reason I know it because I made it already. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. But it consists of mostly the part of the turkey. If you watch my turkey cut up video, after I removed the breasts and the extremities like the legs and wings, you had the body, and you had the breastplate, and then the back, and then you had the back. Where if you look what that is, that's pretty much what this is. I just chopped it in half, put it in a Ziploc bag, threw it in the freezer. Now we're gonna do something with it. Now you can use. This is going into the inside. You can use chicken broth, or you can just use regular water. It does not matter one way or the other. So, okay. Well, you know, that might be good enough. I've already washed the turkey, rinsed the turkey off. So all I'm going to do now is just put the turkey back, as you can see. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to layer in there. And the same thing with the other part of the turkey. If you look inside, there's the chest, or inner side of the chest, or inner part. And I'm just push it down in here, because all we're going to do is once the steam gets to flowing, and of course, you know how I like to debone my food, steam is my best friend. We're going to put this in probably about an hour or two. Let that steam take effect. Let it loosen up all that delicious meat right off those bones. And then I'm going to just come in and do cleanup. Remove the bones. And then take that meat and we're going to make something delicious. I'm telling you. Now, you probably, why are you not seasoning it up? I'm not going to season it all up because one, usually I don't end up using the broth afterwards. That's why I usually use water. I just had a container that had some in it that was open and I just wanted to get rid of it. Secondly, I don't put any seasoning and stuff in it because pretty much it's all going to get tossed anyway. I don't start doing that to the second part once it's all cooked, and I transfer it into another pot as I prepare the noodles and all that other stuff. But I'm telling you too much already. Just stay tuned. I'll be back. Let me go ahead and get this cooking because it's going to take a little bit to get all this meat cooked and fall off the bones. So we're looking at about approximately 2 hours. So I'll be back with you guys. Hey peeps. So we're back. Look at that. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to demonstrate something. See, this bone comes straight out. There's no effort whatsoever on the meat. See? This comes right off. I don't even have to fight with the meat. See? Now, the whole concept of this is to just detach the bones from the meat. See? Very easy. And then I'm taking this meat and putting it in the pot. Because this is where this is where all the magic is about to happen. Look at this, big chunks of turkey meat just falls apart at the grace of your fingers. Look at that. Look at that. I don't call this turkey back soup for no reason. Well, I guess we can call it soup, stew, whatever your heart content. But this is a very efficient way to not waste part of the turkey, especially when you do it my way. I will cook the turkey in parts, and then cook some of the other parts of it later. Because that's just the way to do things. Now, if you make a big giant turkey, you cook it. I don't have a lot of space to put it, so I just make it easier for myself to cook the cook the turkey as needed. Now look at this. See, if I had to cut this with a knife or some other tool to try to separate all this meat from these bones, yeah, that would not be fun. And it's all like that. This is the easiest way to debone a turkey. Look at that. Look at that. Woo. Hot. So, I've demonstrated to you guys how easy it is to debone a turkey. Now the next part is, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this deboning because I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see this bone process of me just taking the bones off the rest of this. This broth I usually do not use because it usually doesn't taste very well after all that fat and stuff that comes off the turkey. I've tasted it, never really cared for the taste of it, so I usually don't mix it in with the finished product. I end up either putting some other broth in it, or something else. But I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this up and finish separating these bones and stuff. Like again, see, and here's part of the backbone. Just comes right apart. See, whole column of nothing but backbone. And just toss it over here so we separate it and go in the trash. Now sometimes I don't really use the skin, so that'll just go over there by itself. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, like I said, and I'll get back with you when I got this ready, and we'll start the phase 2. Hey peeps. Yeah, of course, it's your boy. You know who I am. Stop playing. All right, so what we're going to use in this is we're going to use the light and fluffy, extra wide egg noodles. Now, with everything, you need to wash it. Just because it's in a bag don't mean that you don't need to clean it. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to rinse these off, clean these up real good, and then I'm going to cook them. Now, if you're using your Instant Pot to cook noodles, do not cook them on steam unless you want some mushy noodles. Put it on saute, or the other setting, which is failing me, slow cook, because that'll warm them up if you wanted to put your noodles on there and just let them cook, slow cook. But you do not want them to get soft and soggy, those nasty noodles. And that's what's going to happen if you put them on steam, because that steam is a penetrator and it will penetrate these noodles and you're going to have a mushy mess. So let me go ahead and get this stuff together, because we're going to mix it in with this, and then we're going to add some other goodies to it, and then we're going to do a quick taste test. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be back with you guys. Hey peeps, your boy's back. So we got the turkey. We're going to add some good stuff to it. Some onions. I've already pre-cut this stuff so you don't have to see me cut it up. Celery. Already pre-cut. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some cream of chicken soup. Alright, I need to get some water. I got to get it. And some cream of celery, but gotta get the can opener for this one. Be right back. Peeps, I'm back. So, like I said, this is condensed, so we need to get at least 1 cup. With the mushroom. There we go. So now it's time to put the noodles in. And we're gonna stir this bad boy up. Let's grab this so I can see what I'm doing. To make sure you guys can also see what I'm doing. I might put another can of celery or which come in here. Or I might even put a can of mushroom soup. So, with that being done, we're gonna go. Hold on. And we're gonna need a little chicken breast. A little chicken broth. The chicken broth is what's going to give it its little juicy juice. Because I gotta put this back on the stove and let it cook for a little bit longer to get all those celeries and onions done. So this is definitely going back and go back on the pot or the stove top. So what we're going to use is standard issue salt. Put a little salt in here. A little bit of black pepper. Now you're going to have to season this to taste based off what your taste buds are. Some basil. Can't do it without the basil, right? And I'm usually not too much. I don't put too much on it. We're going to use some cayenne pepper. It just gives it a slight bite. And again, do this and this is called hot Nashville chicken seasoning. This stuff is if you can find it. I actually found this at the Dollar Tree. But you're probably going to have to go to the website and buy it because I've not seen it in the stores in months. So this works out really, 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 really. And it works good on usually chicken or turkey, any type of bird. All right, then we're going to stir this back up again. Oh, nice and lubricated. We're going to put a little bit more broth in it because there's not quite enough in here. This is all it's going to go, and it's going to simmer and make, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. If I need to, I can put some more noodles in. Some of this is going to wither it way down. When this finished cooking on this stove top, and all these flavors start to intertwine in each other, this is going to be better than snacky cake. I'm telling you, this will be better than snacky cake. Do you hear me, folks? So let me go ahead and get this back on the stove top, cook it on low, and we'll be back when this is ready. All right, peeps. We have now the finished product of what they call Ron's turkey back soup. Voila. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that thing beauty? Standard sniff test. Oh yeah. This is it. The noodles, not bad, not overly cooked, but just enough so it almost turns to butter. With that chicken broth, back in with those seasonings, And that Instant Pot prepared turkey breast. And the onions and celery has cooked just enough to make them tender so they're not overly crunchy. But oh man, if you're trying to figure out what to do with those parts of the turkeys that you didn't have or didn't know what to do with, and you're looking for a nice, mellow comfort food instead of throwing that stuff in the trash, this would be a meal for you. And like I said, this is all the innards of the turkey and the back and all that stuff. Even if you cook the turkey and you still have some left, usually there's still a little bit of meat baked on them bones. You can throw that in a pot and get the rest of that meat off that pot. Because if you looked at the video earlier, you would have noticed that I just was able to just slightly pull the meat right off the bones. Just pull it right off. The power of the steam is a wonderful thing. And I wish more people use it because you can take that, you can make your life so much easier. Oh my goodness, this is. How would I rate this? And now, I've made this before. I think I made it last year, or I made a similar version of it. So this version tastes, if I remember, either similar or close to what it was last year. It is absolutely. You want to taste? Oh, my bad. I forgot. That technology is not here yet. Whoa, my goodness. This is absolutely good. So, what I rated? Difficult of cooking. Not very difficult at all. Like I said, most of the hard work is going to be putting it in the Instant Pot and to allow it to steam for several hours. Probably most likely around 2. From there, you'll just cook the noodles and you just add the ingredients. It's fairly easy. Don't require a lot of downtime. You can actually put the stuff on to cook. Again, I had to put the turkey backs out a day before so they can unthaw because my deep freezer freezes everything solid. But outside of that, it's a fairly easy dish to make. It's definitely comfort food because I'm eating this right now and I feel absolutely dreamy. So until next time, fam, don't ask me the nutritional value of this because I have no idea what it is. It's whatever turkey is. Everything else is pretty much. The noodles is probably the high part. There's a lot of carbs in the noodles. You can always replace the noodles with something else, maybe cauliflower or something of that nature. And I also don't think cauliflower tastes like rice. So, but outside of that, this is absolutely wonderful, delicious, comfortable. Until next time, family, you take care of yourself. I'm almost willing to bet that pot won't make it through the night. But until next time, y'all take care of yourself. This is Cooking with Ron. I'm out here.